All right, I think we're live. It's Dr. Mike, Foothills Chiropractic, going live on my Facebook business page as well as my YouTube channel. If you're on one and you don't follow me on the other, go find me, Foothills Chiropractic. So just jumping on, doing a little live. Gonna go over some cool stuff that I've learned. I've got some great mentors. Read a lot of books. I subscribe to a lot of newsletters. I'm constantly watching videos or reading something about business or mindset or self-improvement. Things that I can implement in my own life, but then also things that I can share with y'all out in the interweb world. So feel free to, because I can see them, feel free to drop a comment, say hey. I'd love to hear from you. So I'm wearing my Eastside High School lacrosse hat today in honor of it being the last regular season game for my son Ben, who plays junior varsity for Eastside, and my son Jack, who plays varsity for Eastside. And it's also senior night tonight, and we've got a couple of seniors that we know pretty well. We're really good friends with a couple of the parents. It's going to be an emotional night for them. Probably a lot of tears because it's one of our friends, their last kid playing high school sports. So it's a pretty big deal for them. So anyways, go Eagles, playing St. Joe's High School out of Greenville. So we'll see what happens. And hey, cool, good news for the Travelers Rest community. If you don't know, back I think on April 1st, Little Texas Grocery, off State Park Road, reopened. And one of the things I like best about Little Texas Grocery is they sell raw milk. And if you don't drink raw milk, boy, you should, because A, it's delicious, B, it's one of the healthiest things you can put in your body. Milk that hasn't been heated up and anything beneficial killed in it. Even if you drink organic milk, if it ain't raw milk, you're not getting a whole lot from it. So I use it in my coffee. Drinking coffee, I have my Pitter Patter Let's Get At Her mug that my assistant Haley got me a couple Christmases ago. Great cup from Letterkenny. If you've watched that show, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you probably shouldn't watch it because it's pretty, it's got some adult material in it, but it's funny. All right, so let's go through. I got a couple things I'm going to share with you, and I think it's going to be great. So one of the things that I reflect on often, Napoleon Hill, who wrote the great book Think and Grow Rich. I have a couple copies somewhere on my bookshelf. I've got several copies. But anyways, several laws of success, and actually it's part of his laws of success, which came out before Think and Grow Rich. I've got that too. It's a much larger volume of work. He referred to the concept, one of his laws, accurate thinking. And the thing behind accurate thinking is like it says, thinking accurately. So don't tell yourself stories. Don't have an unrealistic view of your life and your circumstances and your surroundings. Don't bury your head in the sand and assume everything's going to be okay, because there's a chance that it's not. So accurate thinking means taking an accurate stock of your current situation. So that's what I'd like for you to do is reflect on that over the next 7 days or so. And think about, in regards to your health, in regards to your business, finances, your relationships, your spirituality. Reflect on all those areas of life and ask yourself, am I accurately thinking? For example, myself. Is it accurate thinking to think that I can eat whatever I want whenever I want and it's not going to have an impact on my body? Because I could live my life and I could eat whatever the heck I want 7 days a week and not worry about it. But is that accurate thinking? Like, is that a realistic way to live your life? So accurate thinking is just being realistic and looking at everything in your life and trying to improve it. because we all need to improve every area of life. None of us is perfect. None of us are perfect. Sorry for the poor grammar. If Mr. Jeff Bean, who taught me 2 years of high school English, saw that, he'd probably be disappointed. But anyways, so accurate thinking. That's the first cool thing. Second thing, cool experience. I was at the Eastside High School lacrosse game Monday. I got there early and was walking in, and they're building a new weight room, very similar to the one that they built for Travelers Rest. All the high schools in Greenville County are getting really awesome, upgraded weight rooms. Just guys were there working, and I just struck up a conversation. It was a 2-minute conversation probably, and we were just kind of yee-hawing and chewing the fat and just talking. But it was a really fun, engaging conversation, and it made me think, like, how many opportunities a day do I have? And how many opportunities a day do you have that you could engage somebody and you could have a conversation? Because they're usually pretty enjoyable conversations, and you never know, like, what somebody else is going through. You never know, like, how much you could brighten their day. Because these guys were tired, they were sweaty, they were dirty, they were working, doing construction on this project all day. And we just had to struck up a quick little conversation. You just never know how you're going to make somebody's day. I gave, in between games Monday, the ref was going to buy water out of a thing, and I had a bottle of water, one of the referees, and I'm like, I threw it, I'm like, here, take this water. He's like, sure. I'm like, yeah, I got more. I'm going to the van to get some. So just a little thing that made his day a little bit better. Look for those things. Look for those opportunities. You should make a goal every day. I'm going to make one person's day today. Just one person. I'm going to make somebody's day. Whether it's a cashier at the grocery store or at Chick-fil-A, or whether it's some random person you're running into. People crave, especially now, people crave connection because we're so disconnected from our world because of these stupid devices that we're on. Now, granted, I'm talking to you through a stupid device, and I'm trying to connect with you, but we live in a very disconnected society. So people inherently crave connection. So give it to them. The point of this whole thing is, are you an energy giver or are you an energy taker? One of my main mentors, his name's Michael McLean, really caters to the 45 to 65-year-old men, business people with kids and grandkids. He's got amazingly good content. If you're interested in what he's got to say, by all means reach out and I'll connect you with what he's got. But he asks, are you an energy giver or an energy taker? When you meet somebody and you bless them with conversation, that's being an energy giver. If you hold the door for someone, if you smile and greet somebody, it's called being an energy giver. As opposed to being an energy taker who just keeps it all inside. And I've been guilty of this so many times in my life. Hiding behind the veneer of, don't friggin' talk to me. I don't want to be bothered. And it's not even like looking at your device. It's like having that energy of like walking down the street or walking through a store or checking out and like not making eye contact and being like, let's get this shit over with because I don't want to deal with anybody. That's a horrible and unhealthy energetic state to be in. And I'm guilty as anybody of being in it way too often. So being an energy giver, it comes from your body language. It comes from your eye contact. It comes from how you breathe. If you breathe more from your belly throughout the day and when you're around people, that's putting energy out. So that's what we want to do. We want to be energy givers, not energy holders or energy takers. We want to spread it out, spread the love. So, accurate thinking, make someone's day, be an energy giver. The next thing is a great chiropractic mentor of mine. He's one of my favorite speakers in the chiropractic profession. His name is Dr. Michael Halloran. He practices up in Long Island, New York. Whenever he speaks, and he says it all the time, he says success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. So what I want to give you the charge of is, are there people in your life that you know or that you at least follow? And we can talk about health, their body, their physical fitness level, business, relationships, all the areas of life. Are there people that you can look at and get clues from them? So if there's somebody that's doing something successfully that you'd like to emulate, follow them and begin to implement some of the habits that they have. Success leaves clues. So look at people that are more successful than you in whatever area of life you want to look at, and begin to emulate some of their behaviors. It doesn't mean do the same thing they do. It doesn't mean become a replica of Joe Smith, who's super buff or whatever. It just becomes emulate some of the behaviors and habits that they have. Because people that are successful have habits and behaviors that they follow, usually on a pretty consistent and regular basis. And I know in my life, like there's a lot of areas of my life that I don't have that. And that's what I strive for. Behaviors and habits. Routines. So success leaves clues. Follow successful people. And don't be envious of them, because that's being an energy taker. Follow them. One cool thing, and this is another Michael McLean thing, which I think is awesome. And he talks about more about wealth and business, but I'm using it in the same vein along health. You know, what Michael McLean says is, he's like, what you have to realize is that you've hit the wealth lottery. You live in the most amazing, abundant time ever to run a business and to be successful. Let's talk about health. I want you to realize that, yeah, there's stuff going on in the world, maybe not the greatest things, whatever. But you have to realize, like, we've all hit the health lottery. We're living in a time where the access we have, the tools we have to be phenomenally healthy are unprecedented. There are so many tools, practitioners, healers, supplement companies. There's so many opportunities we have to be healthy. We've never lived in a time like this before. Never. So I think that's pretty cool. You've hit the health lottery by living in this day and age, 2023. There's no reason why this can't be by far the healthiest year you've ever had. No question. Next, so cool thing. This is the last point I want to make, and this kind of relates to the health lottery thing. I've got good news and I've got bad news for you. And it's actually both good news. Everything in your life that you're not happy with, and I'm talking to myself as well, everything in your life that you're not happy with, it's your fault. It's all your fault. Everything. Not as healthy as you want to be, it's your fault. Stop blaming genetics. Stop blaming your grandparents. Relationships not as good as you want it to be. Everything. So, but the great thing is, if there are areas of your life that you're not happy with, A, it's your fault. B, you're the solution. So you are the solution to all of your problems. And you should take joy in that, and you should take ownership of that, because it does a couple things. One, it says the solution's inside. The solution's not outside of you for your life's problems. It's not in a book. It's not in a pill. It's not in a person. It's not in anything. It's all inside. So I've created all of the problems in my life, but I know that I'm the solution for all the problems in my life too. And I want you to understand that as well. So those are the little tidbits I wanted to share with you from some of the masters that I've paid a lot of money to and studied a lot. I want to start sharing it with my community as a way to give back, as a way to be an energy giver. You should do that as well. Share some of your wisdom wisdom. Share some of your wisdom with other people. Share some of the lessons you've learned with other people. Took me 10 minutes to do this. It's pretty easy. So last thing I want to wrap with, because I do own and operate Foothills Chiropractic. It's the most amazing chiropractic office you'll ever go to. Efficiency, incredible healings happen here. I was talking to a patient last night, and she really kind of hit me hard. She's been coming, gosh, probably 3 years, maybe longer. And she's like, "Hey, Dr. Mike, I just want you to know," and her story is, she came to me, I think she had back pain and she had some bad foot pain going on. Got her under care. She did great almost immediately. She decides to get her family under care, husband and 2 kids. And they've done phenomenally well. And I forgot how well they did. So she tells me, she's like, "I just want you to know, like, how much our lives have been changed because we come to you." And please, I don't take credit for any of it. Like, I'm just the conduit. I'm just God's instrument. So I just do the adjustment, and God's the one that transforms their lives. I just remove some interference to that. So I know my place. But it was cool to hear that. And she was telling me, and I forgot her little daughter, like, we had been a year and a half, 2 years, and we had spent thousands upon thousands of dollars. She was having digestive distress, and would throw up all the time. They couldn't really go places often because they didn't know when she was going to start puking everywhere. And she said, "I kid you not, Dr. Mike, after the first adjustment you gave her, she's never thrown up." That's some pretty powerful shit, if you ask me. To see a kid that was 4 or 5 years old that had a awful quality of life, the whole family did. It's pretty cool to see. And she's like, still 3-4 years later, still no problems. So that was pretty awesome. And then, her son has got some learning stuff going on. She's like, we can tell when he hasn't been adjusted. And then her husband does great. So it's like, I love, and I lose sight of this often, I love seeing families get phenomenal results, because they all do with chiropractic. I just necessarily don't hear the stories often, because it's just, you go through the routine, lay down, bop, 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 yeah, you're good. And we do that all day long. But it really kind of taught me to slow down for a minute and really think about the stories of the people that I take care of. So chiropractic is an amazing thing. If you're not getting regular chiropractic care, I encourage you to do so. I implore you to do so. I beseech you to do so, because it literally changes people's lives. If it's with me, cool. If it's not with me, go somewhere and get adjusted. Get chiropractic care, no matter what. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. I'm not everyone's cup of coffee. But somebody is. Somebody's your cup of coffee. Chiropractic care is awesome. You just got to do it. Anyways, I hope you've gotten a little bit from this. Actually, we're using a new platform that I haven't used in a while to broadcast, so I hope this turned out okay. I hope the volume was good and you can actually hear my voice. I plan on doing this on a regular basis. I enjoy just sharing, and I hope you enjoyed getting shared with. By all means, subscribe so that you know when I'm going live again, and invite your friends. Cool. I'm Dr. Mike Aaron, Foothills Chiropractic. Thanks for joining me. We will talk to you next time.